quarterback coaches. There's been a lot of change. In the midst of all of that changing, the one consistent thing has been me finding a way to win.
I know my time is fine.
The more coaches I've been around, I'm able to use that to my benefit, finding out what works for me. The beautiful part is, I always say, I'm 24, it's the beginning.
Good baby. I was at first Super Bowl, what was I, 25?
25?
25, I think.
When was that? 2006?
Jalen Hurts.
You're one of the guys that everybody wants you to do well. Everybody wants you to succeed. Nobody's going to be jealous of you. And you do things the right way. And that comes across on the field.
Well, I'm going to tell you something about me. The work is going to be put in regardless. I've been raised to be a determined individual. I've been raised to never give up. That's something that my father instilled into me. Coach Avery, Dad, whatever you want to call it.
He's a tough dude.
Being a coach's kid, I was able to learn right from wrong at an early age.
Your dad's a good man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a solid guy. He's a solid guy.
Yeah, he is. Avery, are you here? Oh, there.
What up?
Abraham, he seems to be such a humble kid. Does that come from you?
You know, he set morals and values for himself, and he's very diligent in it, and he locks in on it. That's him.
Yeah.
You know, that's him all the time.
Hey, they can't stop us.
Anything you want to say to your dad?
I wouldn't be here without him. I wouldn't be here without him. We always joke about it. I didn't go to daycare. I went to the field house, you know, and that's where I bumped my head. It's built a ton of character in me, and it's built a work ethic like none other.
Dad?
You know, I'm so proud and happy for him and his teammates for all the hard work they put in. But the thing that I understand about it is, you know, he didn't come here to lose. He'll be ready.
You heard him?
He'll be ready. He'll be ready.
He'll be ready, right? You know, one of the things I really think helped Jalen when he led Alabama, and that's great coaching, but when he went to Oklahoma to Riley, learned how to throw the football all over the field, all these formations, all different passes. I think that just made him a better quarterback. It elevated him a little bit. And now this year, just this year alone, just from the pocket, he threw 22 touchdowns and only had 6 interceptions. And everybody says about running, well, he for 15 touchdowns. No quarterback has ever done that in the history of the NFL. He's a special. I'm looking forward to play both of those today.
Yeah, Terry, you're exactly right. We all know when in this league, you have a franchise quarterback. But that franchise quarterback's got to have a coach. Obviously, he had the right start, playing for his dad. And then, developed the passing game once he went to Oklahoma. But also, ever since he's been with Philadelphia, they have kind of formed their offense around him. He's a power hitter. He can outlive a lot of their linemen. He's that strong. So he's a strong runner. So they've got the running in there. And they said, okay, we've got to open up the passing game. A.J. Brown. Now he can throw the 50-50 ball to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown weighs 28 pounds at receiver. So it's opened up the passing game to where he set records in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts is a great player. 24 years old. Going to be a great player for a long time.
I agree with that. And you know what, the thing about him, and I had a chance to that one a few weeks ago, he just gives off this energy and this calmness about him. Like, he doesn't get rattled about anything. You almost feel like he's seen more in his years than he possibly should have seen by now. That nothing gets under his skin. He's not affected by any kind of words. Nothing hurts him. He uses all that to propel him. And this is a guy who, a year ago, they were thinking about bringing Russell Wilson in for him. And now this guy has turned up, and as Sean Payton said earlier in the show, the biggest improvement from one year to the next of any quarterback he's ever seen. And I think, having Kelsey up front, having Lane Johnson up front, those guys having to get up sacking over 2,000 snaps. So here's the guy who's able to sit back there and know these guys up front got my back. I could just play the game, and he's playing the game well enough to get him here to the Super Bowl with a chance to win.
Some guys are 24 when they're 12. He seems like a really mature kid. Talking about making a jump every year, whether it's from Alabama to Oklahoma to Philadelphia. We all saw the playoff game versus Tampa Bay. He tried to fix himself along with the experience he had at Oklahoma. The question you have is, where is he physically? Because we saw what he can do prior with Patrick Mahomes for MVP. The question becomes, if Kansas City jumps out.
Right there, Jalen Hurts still ahead. It's the wily old vet who at the right young age of 27 is playing his third Super Bowl in 4 years. Patrick Mahomes sits down with Erin Andrews, and Brad Pitt will also have a little something to say about the biggest star in the NFL. The crowd here in Arizona been entertained by DJ Snake. Hey, you remember him, Michael?
Yes.
Turned down for what?
Down for what?
Neil John.
Jans. Come on.
Right.
Come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes. Meet with an expert who will do them for you, so you can do not taxes. Intuit TurboTax, 100% expert guaranteed.
We're bringing big back. It's bigger, cheesier. The Big Yorker from Pizza Hut. Big pizza deal. Better be hungry.
What if you were a global bank who wanted to supercharge your audit system? So you tap IBM to unsilo your data and start crunching a year's worth of transactions against thousands of compliance controls with the help of AI. Now you're making smarter decisions faster, operating costs are lower, and everyone, from your auditors to your bankers, feels like $1 million. Let's create smarter ways of putting your data to work. IBM, let's create.
What's the play?
Housekeeping! Housekeeping!
Ooh, I should have worn my sweatpants.
What's wrong with my light? Oh.
Okay, everybody, this is my sandwich, just so you know. In here. Okay, you know what? Just in case. All right. So, there are no other Keegans here?
I gotta order some takeout.
The Eagles beat the Bears by 5, so if the Eagles win today by more than 5, that means that the Bears are the second best team in the league. That sounds about right.
All right. Terrific. Great.
Hey, yo, Martha, you want me to this mother go to this breed bull? Can I go? Let's roll.
I don't even know what to say after that one.
Snoop.
Hopefully you're enjoying a beverage of your choice right now. And Fox's countdown to Super Bowl 57. Tonight our Skycam coverage is provided by Ultra. Right, we're just about 30 minutes away from the much anticipated musical performance of country music star Chris Stapleton and R&B legend Babyface. In the house is another music legend, AZ, taking over. Gonna be watching Rihanna perform here at halftime. Why don't we go from Jay-Z to Jay and make a nice smooth tradition?
How about that? Right, listen, let's start with quarterbacks here. We know that both Jalen Hurts and Mahomes can start here with Jalen Hurts. He actually took a hit on that shoulder in the NFC Championship game. They were a little nervous about it, but he came through flying colors, and now I'm told he has actually more confidence in the shoulder. Howie was just asking his arm strength. Listen, Howie, they actually tested the velocity of his passes this week, and because they've been strengthening the shoulder, tested stronger than prior to the injury. So now let's switch now to Mahomes. You all know that obviously dealing with a high ankle sprain. What you don't know, however, is that in the body, he actually went up for an errant snap. It came down awkwardly on that ankle, scared everybody on the team. Went out there, tried to pull him from practice, said, no, I'm fine, no shot at all. In fact, I just talked to Patrick Mahomes minutes ago, and he told me best his ankle has felt in weeks.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay. Right now it's time for us to check out what's happening on the field, and while we do it, we'll roll through the starting lineup. Let's talk about Philadelphia's they take the field. All right, no team in NFL history.
They're just louder.
Oh, is that what it is? Eagles fans are always loud.
They're always loud.
No matter where they are. We're talking about that Eagles offense, TB. No team in history has rushed for more offensive touchdowns than they did this season. Is running the key for them in the Super Bowl today?
Yeah, you got Sanders running running the football. They'll get the quarterback Jalen Hurts going. He'll do a fine job. They'll read, they'll motion, they'll try to pick up zone or man, and then throw off of it or run off of the RPO. It's going to be a really, really good game just to watch that. I think Jalen, that's great. You know what? I'm glad to hear that, because we were talking earlier about being able to go deep and if they're behind later in the game. So it's good to know that his shoulder's okay, and away we go.
Yeah, Jay's more than eye candy. He gives information. The Eagles defense, they led the league in sacks, ranked #1 against the pass. Can they live up to those stats against the Chiefs offense, Howie?
You know, I think they can. They're deep, they're talented, they come at you in waves, they keep them fresh up front. The back end has great coverage, Slay and Bradbury. You know, I just think their secondary is tied to their front, and they're 5 sacks away from breaking a record in the NFL, or tying a record in the NFL fairs. I think they can.
All right, on the flip side, Kansas City offense ranked #1 in scoring, #1 in yards. Jimmy, this offense is fun to watch.
Yeah, and I think the key player here is Isaiah Pacheco. He's a rookie running back out of Rutgers. He's a late rig. He can fly, run 4.3, and I think the game is going to be so important for Kansas City. They have got to slow that, Philadelphia pass right down, and the way they slow down is run the football. They can't let Patrick Mahomes go back there and drop back 3 single down. That's the fourth running game.
Let's go over to the defensive side of the football for Kansas City. After struggling early in the season, they really turned around over the last 12 weeks. They were statistically one of the 10 in the league over the last 3 months. Michael, you played under their coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo. What changed?
Well, I tell you what, he has tricks this sleeve, Kurt. He just knows personnel, knows how guys in the best position. Their Steve is right now. This is 4th Super Bowl with Kansas City, with the New York Giants. You know, he's here with a record 8 rookies on defense. That is someone who knows how to put guys in a position. Dave Merritt, who was coach with him with the Giants, is now the coach here at Kansas City, coaching that secondary. So those two have a rapport. They know how to work together, get the players in the position that they need them to be. Also up front, Chris Jones and Frank Clark will be big, because you cannot let, I don't care how experienced you are, rookie or not, you can't let those guys sit back there on the island forever. They got to put pressure on Jalen Hurts.
All right, folks, from here on out, it is nothing but big names on the marquee. When we come back, Aaron Andrews chats with Patrick Mahomes. And if that's not enough for you, how about one of the biggest celebrities in the world, Bradshaw's doppelganger, Brad Pitt, join the show as well.
How can we tell the difference?
I don't know, but
I thought Brad Pitt was here.
My dad went EV.
It's electric. Don't be shocked.
The guy who's eternally locked out of his email is going EV. Nice car.
It's an Ev. Rhymes with Kev.
You think they don't charge fast enough or go far enough.
Up to 80% charge in 18 minutes. Range? Heck, we could go to Mexico.
Are you Kevin Bacon?
Blue or red? I can also make it play nature sounds if you want.
Introducing the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6 with up to 360-mile range. When it comes to EVs, we're thinking of every mile.
Today's Pizza Hut's big day. Be careful with those big New Yorkers.
I always deliver on game day.
Is that the big New Yorker? Incredible.
Hey, Pizza Hut guy. That's me. You know, this guy.
Still got it.
No one out-pizzas the Hut.
6 extra large foldable slices. Large.
Large.
Start with a bang. Mix in our power and turn them loose. That's the Great American Race. The Daytona 500. Next Sunday at 2:30 Eastern on Fox.
Once upon a time, there arrived a new season of fanciful fun with whimsical wonders plenty. But to win the magnificent ever after, the Masked Singer returns this Wednesday on Fox.
Best One Tire and Service for the best costs.
How do you feel confident and in control of your financial life? One of our 5 advisors at Compass Financial Group will work with you to provide personalized, goal-based financial advice that focuses on both your term and long-term goals. Regular scheduled meetings and the Ameriprise suite of digital tools that can be accessed anytime, anywhere, help you track your progress and see how investments and strategies are forming toward those goals. When you're ready to have a conversation, we'll be ready to help.
This is the story of us. All of us. For over 25 years, we've been writing the story of you. And the result is so much more than great jobs building great vehicles. Together, we've added to an amazing community. A community that educates. A community that builds. A community that gives back. That's why at Toyota, we've made it our mission to go all in, right here where we work, live, and play. All in, helping our Indiana families, small businesses, and nonprofits thrive. All in as a powerful voice for innovation, breakthrough opportunities, and ways to do things better. And we can't wait to see the amazing things we'll do in the next chapter of our story. Together. Toyota, Indiana. Thanks to you, we're all in.
KC has always been a great sports town, one of the toughest places for any team to visit. But 5 years ago, when this kid took the reins, things only got better. Mahomes has changed the game.
Maybe the best play yet of Patrick Mahomes' young career.
You can't tell me magic isn't real. We now expect the unexpected.
Touchdown!
The star attraction, face of the league, and a million other cliches for a kid who is anything but.
And now the leading man in Kansas City is hoping for another Hollywood ending in tonight's Super Bowl, as Patrick Mahomes tries to become the first quarterback this century to win league MVP and a Super Bowl title in the same season. Kurt Warner in 1999 was the last to do it. And now with Tom Brady retired, Mahomes takes on the mantle, the most popular star in the league. Erin Andrews, you sat down with him. Mahomes, it's not about being the most popular, it's about being the best right now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Kurt. Patrick Mahomes has taken over, getting this Chiefs franchise to its third Super Bowl in his short career. How about this? The Kansas City Chiefs franchise only won 9 playoff games in their 58-year hit before they drafted Patrick Mahomes. Call it a stroke off his genius or a way fortune. In 2017, draft changed the course of the franchise forever.
Here we are. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, exactly.
How does it feel?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I think greater appreciation now, just because things happen so fast at the beginning of my career. Just like, this is what we do. Now you have a better appreciation.
Have you ever thought for a moment, what if I had gone to Chicago? What if Coach Reid was still in? Like, have you ever thought, like,
the same quarterback if I didn't land in this spot?
what has he done for you, on or off the field?
He's helped me become a better man. I mean, when I got here, I was a gunslinger from Texas Tech. Didn't know much about football, just knew how to go out there and compete. He taught me how to play the quarterback position, but at the same time, he taught me how to handle being a leader and handle being a man at home. He let me be who I am.
Mahomes turning right, spinning, trying to keep the play alive.
If you'd have sent me some other places, they'd have made me a pocket quarterback, and I'd have been under center, dropping all the time.
Fires it sidearm, touchdown! Kansas City on a 9-yard touchdown.
Do you think about it? Brady had Belichick, Montana had Walsh, Troy had Jimmy. You know, you're one win away from people saying Patrick had Reid.
Oh,
It's so cool.
It's cool to think about. You want to be remembered for the way you played, but to be able to be remembered with a guy like Coach Reid and how he does things and the man that he is, it'll be special. And hopefully we can keep him around for a long time, and we'll have a chance to be in a lot more of these games.
You know what the critics were saying?
Patrick Mahomes now doesn't belong in the conversation.
We've got new quarterbacks that are taking over.
Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Who do you have more confidence
But you threw for a career high, 5,250 yards this season, most in the NFL. It's your time, Patrick. Those aren't looking in the rearview mirror stats, my friend. Those are I'm him stats. Yeah.
Scrambling to his right. He's going to run at 35 across the 40. Mahomes.
All I was thinking all offseason when I was hearing that stuff was I can't wait to play football again. I mean, I've never been the trash talker. I let kind of my play do the talking.
Everything you got,
to the point, we're still the Kansas City Chiefs, and we still going to do what we do.
You had said, I think the athlete wants to be the best at position ever. What's the goal when it's all said and done?
It's just, you always chase. And luckily for me, I have a guy like Tom Brady to chase. You're a legend, man. Someone that's got 10 Super Bowls, won 7 of them. I know how hard it's going to be, but it sets such a high standard. I think at the end of your career, you can look back and say, hey,
It hurts to be chasing, of course. He'd have titles under his belt at 27 years old. I have a number. I just took a pass in the back of the head, so if Mahomes to me as a wide receiver, Michael Strahan, let me ask you a question. Can this kid chase down Tom Brady? Go. What do you think?
Oh, man. I think about Tom Brady and think about 10 Super Bowl wins. It just seems untouchable. Kind of like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record, and LeBron James is here at the Super Bowl. He just broke that a week ago. So I don't think anything out of reach. I don't think anything is, you can't say anything is impossible, especially when you're dealing with Patrick Mahomes. If you like stats and passing yards and all that stuff, great. But he just has it. And when I say it, I mean you're never out of a game. This guy could just throw the ball around the field, keep you in a game. This team never gets blown out. And here's something. Of the 93 games that he started in his career, they've either held the lead or been within one score in the fourth quarter of 90 of those games. That is unheard of. Patrick Mahomes is a special talent, and it's unheard of. Patrick Mahomes is a special talent, and we're lucky enough that we're going to be seeing him, I feel, in a lot more Super Bowls.
Well, you sit here in television, you try to come up with something different about some of these players, which sometimes it's just, I think he's one player, fellas. He just, what can I say that's even different? I would say this. They bring in Schuster this year, first time at wide receiver. Scantling's coming in at another wide receiver.
Kadarius Toney?
Yeah, Toney comes in. So they're all new, and he still throws for over 5,000 yards. He's just special, all right? Today, he'll have to be special when he plays against these Eagles because they can get after you. And he does have a bad ankle, but we'll see. If you go back to the Super Bowl when they beat the 49ers, they were down with 8 minutes and 53 seconds left in that game, and boom, boom. Not one long pass over 20 yards. All of a sudden, he had 2 40-yarders and a touchdown, and they win that football game. He's just so good at never, ever feeling that they're not going to win, and that, my friends, is special.
He's a transcendent talent, and here's the scary part. He's evolving. You look at this offense last year when they had Tyreek. It started at that point when people started running shell coverage, 2 deep safety, forcing him to take the check down. Essentially, when Tyreek Hill left, to use a golf analogy, they took the driver out of his hand. Well, he's shown to beat you with the 7-iron, the wedge, or the 8. He can do it all. They've changed this offense with those new receivers.
He is a special individual to watch. We are getting closer to game time. We're also about to tell you how you can win $1 million tonight. Plus, the guys will give their Super Bowl picks. It's all as we continue. Get ready to wrap the pregame here. Also, Mackey will help us out. America continue getting you ready for the kickoff of Super Bowl 57.
$200 instantly. Just betting $5. DraftKings, let's see. You listen good. Appreciate you figuring out how hype my time is. But instantly, stop. You know, wait a little bit. Feel some extra bump in my chest while the game is going on. Oh, look, wait a minute. There's my $200. That was fast.
Download the Sportsbook app. Bet just $5, $200 bonus bets instant. Action so good. Why bet NFL anywhere else?
Nah, interception.
Hey, heading on a family trip?
Nah, sorry, son. Prices are crazy. We're going to have to skip it this year.
Aw, well, use Priceline. They have package deals. No one.
5 pools. Water slides. Water slide. We can do it.
For your happy price, Priceline. I'm going big.
We're bringing big back. It's bigger, cheesier. The Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. Big pizza, bigger deal.
Y'all hungry? Better be hungry. Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Almost heaven. I have dated a lot of guys in the city. It hasn't worked out for me.
She's too pretty to be in a place like this.
I don't know why I'm
struggling so much with this.
There's a lot